Proactive observable directions are one of the most important tools that teachers can use to help students develop really strong learning habits early in the school year, especially in early elementary. Proactive observable directions are quick reminders of the on-task behavior that you're looking for when students are still on task. And instead of waiting until students get off task and correcting or having to reset, we give proactive observable directions frequently to kind of stay ahead of behaviors. So the key to effective proactive observable directions, they're brief, they're using a positive tone, and they are going to employ a quick and complete scan. So it's going to look something like this. I'm reading my text. After every page, I'm going to give a proactive observable direction. The going to bed book, hands in our laps. The sun has set not long ago. Voices are off. Now everybody goes below to take a bath in one big tub with soap all over. Scrub, 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 hands in our laps. They hang their towels on the wall and find pajamas, big and small. Bodies are still. Well, with some on top and some beneath, they brush and brush and brush their teeth. Our voices are off. And when the moon is on the rise, they all go up to exercise. We're right in the middle of our carpet squares. That's what proactive observable directions are going to look like. And again, they're brief, they're in positive tone with a quick scan, staying ahead of student behaviors. So the keys to success here are frequency. If your kindergartners can stay focused and attentive at the rug for 20 seconds, great. Let's give a proactive observable direction every 15 seconds and stay ahead of the game. If they can stay focused and attentive for 45 seconds in September, let's give one every 40 seconds. If they can stay focused in December for a minute and a half, we're giving a proactive observable direction every minute and 20. We're staying ahead. We're setting them up for success by reminding them before they get off track and they start to build that habit more and more of staying on task. The challenge of proactive observable directions is that you have to create a self-cue. Unlike reactive responses, correcting behavior, where you're cued by the student behavior, you don't have a cue here. And that's what makes proactive observable directions hard. That's why we often fail to use them, even though they're such a useful tool. We have to create our own cue. So in the example that I just gave, my cue was easy. It was every time I turn the page. So a read aloud is one place where you can create that self cue. Another example is anytime you call on a student. So let's say I'm using call and response. 2 plus 2 is class. Good, hands are in our laps. 4 plus 2 is think and class. Good, voices are off now. 6 plus 2, think in your head and class. Good, bodies are still in our carpet squares. 8 plus 2 is think in your head and class. Good, eyes are forward. So in this case, every time students respond, that's a cue that I've created to remind myself to give a proactive observable direction, because if I don't create a cue for myself, I'm not going to give those directions because there's not anything happening that I'm reacting to. So that is a challenge of proactive observable directions, but if we can create those self-cues, we can give those observable directions, those proactive observable directions really frequently, and we can start off very strong building habits in our classroom.